Welcome back, 5 Aces.
Battle control initialized.
Hey people, 5 Aces here. You merely adopted the darkness. I was born in it, molded in it. That's right, we are back with the Dark Tournament. And this is a matchup between Mr. Upps on the right hand side, spawning here as the Ukrainian forces. He's gonna be matched up against Mr. Moods. Yeah, that's a very promising match. Those two players are known for stirring up a ruckus and having a very special and particular playstyle, especially pretty much every single match that I casted out of Upps has turned into an absolute clusterfuck. So I am very, very excited and keen to be here. Let's see where this goes. So, a couple updates about the Dark Tournament. First off, I got correct as to how the rule set actually works. And the way this works is the first 2 maps are always going to be regular matches, and the third map is going to be a minigame. So there's only a 1 in 3 chance you're going to see some wacky action, like last game, like last matchup with the what was it, tower defense map. But even if it's a 2-0, the third map is still going to be played as a minigame. So no minigame is going to waste here, which is a very commendable attitude. Also, people have asked, yo, can you show what the players are seeing more so that they are so that we're literally left in the dark a bit more? Yes, I can absolutely do that. Good, ladies and gentlemen. So we're just gonna stick with this here. We're gonna see the scouting prowess out of both players. And as you can see, it's always fun to miss pretty much every single oil derrick by a single tile. Hell yeah. Let's do this. No player has really made it past their own half of the map thus far, and this is a really large map to begin with. In the middle, this looks so juicy on the minimap, but it isn't actually. So yeah, those maps tend to be double ref central, but Moods is having none of it. He is in a different mood, if you will. Oh, Grenadiers are in the pack here. I didn't notice that. That might already be a significant problem. Ranger is going to be able to hold the line, and there's a second power plant as well. So the Grenadiers are going to get picked off at the cost of a little health damage, chip damage at the Ranger. That is completely fine. Yeah, so attack thwarted, onto more pressing matters at hand. Moods is going for his refinery now. Flak truck follow up for Upps. I like that. I like just throwing in a random bit of cheese play at the beginning of a match. Just keep your opponent on their toes. And, ooh, he's having a bit of a macro hiccup here though, because that harvester is going for a very high sightseeing-ish tour. That's more like a sightseeing truck than it is an ore truck. You're taking the scenic route, my friend. Ranger might find a swift demise at the hands of the flak truck, but doesn't seem to be likely. And it's just going to be a macro follow-up, so the next 1 or 2 minutes are going to be more focused on scaling up the builds, which gives me a bit more time to talk about the Dark Tournament. I've seen some of the previews on the minigame maps, because those are now the ones that I'm most interested in. Oh, Engineer gets snagged. That's a very nice pickup from the flak truck, already making itself amortizing itself, basically. Parking the ore refinery? No, sir. Oh, also, this is with the ERCC changes implemented, so you can drive through refineries. Phase through refineries. Super amazing, and I hope this is going to be implemented anytime in the future. Now, there is talks... Oh, Upps a bit slipping up with his micro here a little bit. Almost losing the flak truck as a result. Gives me opportunity to talk about some OpenRA related things that are coming up, because there are many of those. Specifically, there's a new patch in preparation. There's going to be probably 2 playtests before the actual release, and those are, yeah, I've seen some very stacked change. I've seen some very interesting changes there, which I'm really keen on trying out. Oh, the Ranger is hunting down the flak truck. That one is faster than... Oh! Dropping a rocket soldier as well, just for flavor. Just displaying his rocket. That is a very sensible choice here. Was a nice play from Moods though. Picking off the wounded flak truck that was stricken already. Ooh, move command. Alright. Thinks better of it now. What is that macro? Excuse me? Yeah, so if we zoom out here and take a gander at the map, we see that the specific feature here is that resources on this map are finite. There is not a single mine, as far as I can tell, and there are no oil derricks either. So the engineer was very ill-fated to begin with. Mood's going for a presumptive engineer. There's going to be a base push versus base push scenario over those juicy resources in the middle. Yeah, this match is not going to go on forever because there's not going to be any regrowing resources. So it leads to the question, do you want to go tech or no? Because there's a point to be made for tech being more cost efficient. So even if you end up losing map control and sacrificing a little bit of resources for that, you can trade up with the help of, you know, just tech units, artillery, V2s, all the good and juicy stuff. So we're gonna have the traditional standoff here, this time also gated by fences. There's gonna be some racks coming up, there's gonna be some flame towers going up, and it's gonna be a straight up base push. Bit of an exposed position for Upps' harvesters, and his tank count is surprisingly low. That specifically the number is 1. That is not a very high number for tanks at minute 6.5. The Ranger, ooh, eating it. That is some charcoal grilled smoked Ranger here that we're gonna have tonight. It's very tasty quarantine food. Alright, War Factory, second War Factory coming online. I really like that. He's got a window of opportunity to overwhelm with mass tanks and push through. Meanwhile, Upps is just preparing his field defenses. His Tesla coil is shy of coming up. Heavy tanks are still lagging behind, and the heavy tank count is not that high to begin with. And I'm gonna take a look at the statistics here. The earnings graph, yeah, taking a nosedive. Ooh, but those harvesters are a bit in deep. Biting it off the rear end of this engagement. That is nasty. Moods is forced into bringing all his harvesters. Is he going for an all-in push? Okay. Is this what we're gonna be seeing, huh? Grenadiers again. That was the late game Grenadiers. Wow, Moods is actually doing it. 5 harvests, 6 harvesters going in, 4 still alive. With a bit of stop micro, this is gonna be disposed of very swiftly. 3 harvesters already down. The tanks, though, they're starting to connect onto the army, and Upps is forced to give way. Okay, his MCV is being dislocated. Ooh, another harvester down. That is 4 harvesters down for Moods, but he trades it for an army. So not half bad. If Upps manages to survive this onslaught, he's going to be in a very good position. And where are the harvesters for? I don't really get the game plan here. This was very ambitious from Moods. And he actually makes it work somehow. He's got the bigger army still. So he's got a window, but he needs to absolutely abuse this window of vulnerability for Upps, because otherwise he's gonna get outscaled horrendously. Okay, finds another 4 harvesters. Man, the econ is now rolling. There is an absolute bankroll here coming in for Upps. The late game is his, even after losing this 1 harvester. I like it. I like it. Upps' position is still very good. And I think it's now 3 harvesters for Moods. Yeah. Ooh. Left with nothing but a shoestring budget. He's gonna be forced to eat scraps for a little while before he can recuperate his losses. Yeah, this army is gonna get wiped. And a tank detachment here. That is a very... Who used to do that? That is, I think, a very... That was a particular player who... You know what? It is a very Ganon-y way of doing things, to be honest. Ganon is also very well renowned for just using medium tanks and riflemen. Just skipping all the rockets. Very nice unit preservation. Only loses 1 harvester here. That's not too bad. So again, very good economical saturation for Upps. He's able to retain that. And all the riflemen have been crushed sans 1. So pretty good there. You know what? This is one of those maps where the gatekeeper build might actually be super viable. You move out early, and you just dump refineries all over the map, mask your MCV move out with aggression, and just capture the map that way. The second War Factory is going down, like straight up down. Ooh, nasty. And he is trying to close the sack. Oh, there's another engineer for Moods. Alright. This MCV in a precarious position, but relocating, ooh, was that a good idea? Yes, it was. Rockets don't do too much damage to medium armor, which is exactly what the MCV has. Or, I guess light armor. Light armor is the correct terminology. So yeah, Upps absolutely in the driver's seat. Upps' MCV also in the driver's seat, getting out of dodge. There is the last scraps of economy here for Moods, and this is the writings on the wall. He is gonna go down. Down in 5, 4, 3. Not yet, not yet. Still seeing some light in this game for himself. Man, if only Upps knew he could push the main base so easily. Ah, he's got a flank prepared. Too bad that there's rockets. Rocket pods are now available, sir. Alright, that's another... No, the Harvester survives. Oh my lord. Things are turning sour for Moods. Still looking absolutely indomitable is Mr. Upps now. Gonna scout a little bit ahead. Let's see, how many spectators do we have? Rock Hard Fist Nibs. That's quite a name there. You've got for yourself, friend. That's the official forum name. So yeah. Pretty solid tagline. I'm surprised that Upps doesn't really build field defenses at all right now. He's just banking, he's just straight up going army. And the war factory being blocked, being taken out. Yeah. That is pretty much all she wrote. No more chances of coming back here, and the economy is absolutely stellar for a map, given that this map doesn't have endless resources. Resource management is king, and Upps proved to have the smarter idea here. Double service depot, just for super mass repairs. Retaining most of his army. Left-hand side, the last tank is going down. Here is your last little scraps of map control and economy. Dwindling. Dwindling away. Yeah, that's a good start to the series here. Whoops, move command. El Clasico. And finally, a respectable tank count here for Upps. Great start to the series. I'm already calling this, which is not something I'm usually doing, but right now, come on. I don't see a win condition anymore. Is there one MCV left? No, there's 2 MCVs left, but those harvesters, that's mass unemployment. That's like the post-corona layoffs. Ouch. So if you've been affected by those, I feel very sorry for you. I also feel sorry for Moods and his union strike that is going on there. Alright, finding some damage here. But nothing too significant anymore. No more double service depot for you to repair, my friend. Those tanks are going down. Those are also the last tanks in quite a while, because there is no more war factory. Well, let's check the earnings. Army graph looking solid. Earnings, whoa, that's some earnings ping pong. Is that the last barracks as well? I think it might as well be, right? Move command. Oops. He had one job. Yeah. He had one job, cabron. Ooh, the tank sledgehammer is coming. Dreaded communist tank hammer is trying to go for the crushes, but he's now blocking himself in with those husks. That is always frustrating when the husk slides underneath your opponent's infantry and makes it impossible to crush. Yeah. Smart idea, clean up all the refineries. I mean, there's nothing to gain from that, but it's at least a drop-off point for any leftover supplies. Or to be had. I think the map might legitimately be mined out in 1 or 2 minutes. This is impressive. I've never quite seen anything like this. There is one last cavalry charge that is coming out here from Moods. Very heroic. I like that Q right of the Valkyries. Oh, harvesters cohabitating here. I think that's the last mining harvester for Moods. Yep, the rest are on a killing spree. I mean, yeah, out of a job, forced into doing menial tasks and just starting to go on a killing spree. Yikes. Some very dark political commentary hiding in there. Or socio-political, I guess. Good night, sweet prince. That's all she wrote, pretty much. Is Upps gonna tech just to celebrate, just as a victory lap? Doesn't appear to be the case right now. That is the second to last tank going down, last tank still alive, and come on. Moods, I commend your attitude, but at that point, it's all over but the crying. He still has some scraps left. Does he have, he doesn't have enough cash for a ref, does he? Oh, he does. Just not the power. That is unlucky. Yeah, the big sellout. Oh man, if only he could invest into a decent economy to provide those technicians with jobs like those. Those are the ones who provide the actual wealth, right? If we've learned anything from tech startup companies, it's that the janitors are not the ones making the money, it's the technicians. If only there were hackers like in Command & Conquer Generals. Just pop down a laptop and do some remote work, fill out some surveys to gain some credits. Oh no. He's throwing them into the meat grinder, really? Come on. Ooh, you're better than this. No. Not my techies. This is legitimately the last tank on the map. Impressive. He's playing it out all the way. I'm actually tempted to increase the replay speed to 200% right here, because this is just delaying the inevitable. Alright. 2 more harvesters. 2 more tiles of war. 1 last tile of gems. Can he get it in time? The big flank. The big flank onto a whole lot of nothing. He's pushing. Come on. That's literally the last tank. Are you for real? Upps is broke as well, which is hilarious to me. Yeah, this just goes to show that teching would have probably been the smarter option. Really though, Upps can long distance mine. He's got so many harvesters left. 11 harvesters over 2, yeah. That's kind of how I expected this to go. Oh, there's a random power plant here as well. Oh, with that out of the way, match is mostly over. We are going to focus on the map. It's an interesting design choice. Those corner expansions are gated behind civilian buildings that need to be destroyed. I kind of like that map. Ah, you know what? There's also bridges that can be repaired. There's some really nice details. I really gotta admire the map makers' work here. Some really smart moves. Just really hard to assess when you don't have full scouting, which is hard to obtain outside of getting a yuck. Okay, Upps is up to some semblance of income, and the V2 rocket launcher. There it is. Yeah. Plus, all he needs is a single yuck to reveal the entire map in just a minute's notice. The engineer, there was an attempt, a half-hearted one at that, but still. Yeah, as Soviets is also really hard. You don't have any weird comeback mechanisms like a spy or something. Alright. Taking it slow. It's a bit of a slow burn, but that's fine. Okay, moving out into the throngs of the army. No sir, not a good idea. He has nowhere to go, like literally nowhere. This match ain't going nowhere. One more engineer, and he managed to actually squeeze out a war factory on the a budget war factory, I guess. Was that at 50% discount? Probably. Sells off the refinery because why not? Honestly, there is no good point for keeping your war factories here anymore. Come on. 200% it is. Fine, you got me. The rocket soldier single-handedly killing the Coneyard. That is gonna be something to behold. Oh, GG. There we go. That is game 1. That, let's be honest, that took a bit longer than it should have, but it was enjoyable regardless, and I really like the map design. So let's see what map 2 has in store for us.
Battle control terminated. Battle control initialized.
And with map 2, we are going straight back into darkness. Oh, whoops. No. All players. There we go. So this is a map where you don't have cross spawns. This is a map where you spawn on a vertically aligned axis, which is kind of an interesting idea, because usually it's, usually you expand towards your opponent. Here you have to kind of expand away from them. So Upps is spawning as France this time, and Moods as Russia. We've kind of got a faction reversal. Let's see whether Moods can make good use of the Soviet technology. I mean, Upps is France, so he can surrender a bit harder. That's also a given. Another thing that I wanted to share is that I don't want to say too much yet, but Pishodi has hinted at a really cool feature that is probably going to come to OpenRA in the foreseeable future. That is going to bridge the gap between the old and the new. That's all I'm going to say, but something I'm hyped about. Alright, first skirmish going towards Moods here. So at least the players know which direction to scout. And no engineers just yet. That is very understandable. After the fiasco of map 1. That is the most logical thing to do, is not build an engineer, hold off on it. I know it's muscle memory. I know it is ingrained. This little village here. I wonder if the map makers have hidden cash crates underneath. Ooh, there's something special here. Ammo crates, yeah. Free ammo refills. There we go. But come on, there surely must be some significance behind that. Oh, that rifle going for the long flank. Just hiding here in the tree lines. Alright, alright. Where is it going? Rifles chasing each other here. To no avail thus far. Oh, nothing hiding there just yet. Looks like there should be something lurking in the shadows, right? What is that? We've heard a ranger. Oh, there's an oil derrick. Okay. There is one corner oil derrick, I see. And ranger is out for Upps. There's been a really cool statistics thread, by the way. Someone has gone through the labor, and I used it in a very literal sense of compiling stats from all RHL seasons, which is an absolutely insane endeavor, so I really commend them for their efforts. And yeah, stats on all units, like throughout the seasons. How many times have certain units been used in RHL matches, and compiled like comprehensive statistics. Leads me to believe that they must work in be in that line of work, definitely, because that was so comprehensive. And it turns out that the ranger to light tank ratio is actually crazy. It's more and more skewed as the seasons have gone on. It's more and more skewed towards the ranger, even though light tanks can be decent. There are some people who have made it work, especially Gatekeeper. Used to be a staunch defender of light tank rushes, but he would not build one, he would build 20. And they would be his main combat vehicle throughout the entire game. Which was, you know, good times, but also being on the receiving end for this was terrifying. Thing is, it can hit much. Oh, we're seeing actually a ranger light tank combo, so that's double light tank. Ooh. That was, by the way, a 100% predictive thing. I did not watch the replay yet. That is kind of a hilarious coincidence. Okay, so now service depots come on. Double ranger, double light tank. Okay. Seems to be a very specific build, tailored towards curbing Mood's attempts at an expansion, I guess. Maybe that's for catching an MCV off guard. Would make sense. But then I would go for more rifles, because the rockets are not going to really serve a purpose just yet. Ooh, first ranger being patched up. That is an interesting build, so light vehicle centric. Ooh, he's giving it away, sort of. Alright, so let's see, no one has revealed this. Okay, my campaign instinct is kicking in. If I see something like this, the mapmaker has definitely thought about this, and they have hidden something somewhere here. There must be a cache crate or like a capturable map tank or whatnot. This surely can't be coincidence. But those players are completely content with just letting it sit there. That is awkward. Moods is expanded towards the east. However, Upps is camping the northern side of the map. That was absolutely for nothing. I see him, I've noticed him using move commands a lot. Yeah. I'm sorry, sir, but that ship has sailed. There's already a full-fledged expansion. Flamethrowers early. Moods is also having a particular build in mind here. Double light tanks are waiting. I mean, this could still get crushed. I guess there is not too many rockets just yet. And by that I mean literally 0, because they're moving out onto the main base. Together with one heavy tank in the back lines, which is always awkward. But Upps has somewhat protected his flanks. Ooh, nice hit and run. Nice bob and weave with the Ranger. First light tank going down, but there is heavies for defense. And Mood seems to be a fan of early war factories. So thus far this hasn't paid off just yet. Top right, there's a nice macro expansion for Upps. And the defensive instinct has been triggered. This is going to be an easy hold by all accounts. Ooh, maybe even the heavy tank going down as well. Would be a pretty big loss actually early on for Moods. Yep. Going down. You are going down. And the medium dies to friendly fire. Barely not surviving here. Wait, Mood's got the oil derrick though. And the hilarious thing is that it never got scouted. Ooh, on the other side of the map, this is definitely the double war factory kicking in. There's already so many heavies out swarming the map. So Upps is forced to yield here, but his MCV is going to escape to fight another day. Plant itself somewhere here in the middle. Army advantage should now be with Upps. Assets are dead even, and the army, yeah, there is an asset advantage for him right now. But he needs to translate that into map control, which thus far hasn't happened. He's just been mostly passive. Allows Moods some time to recover. I mean, there's now a sizable tank army out for Upps as well. One thing I've noticed recently is just his trend, his tendency towards not building field defenses unless he absolutely needs them. Most top tier players would just spam them out the wazoo. Just look at Happy's build order. Happy's build order is literally service depot into 400 pillboxes. And that's all he'll ever build. And pillboxes, medium tanks, rockets, rifles. You don't need anything else to win the game according to him. But then there are people like Upps who are just like, nah, I got this. No field defenses, no need for that. We're gonna be aggressive. We're going out on a scavenger hunt instead. Alright, this push has been thwarted as well. Would be the time, yeah, Upps is pulling his MCV, just relocating here and grabbing another. There's a SAM site here, okay. It's time to reveal the map. Map reveal, incoming. There is a damaged SAM site. Okay. The map maker has thought something of this. This is a capturable SAM site. Probably like destroy this, capture the flare, and you get some reinforcements. I don't know. But it's suspiciously looking like there's some meaning behind this. Let's crack the code together. The Enigma code. Briefing. Oh, there's also balance changes. I was not aware of that. War Factory is cheaper, Barracks more expensive. Interesting. Radodome, cheaper. Tesla coil range and vision decrease. Wow, that's actually a significant nerf. Turret range decrease. Ooh. Okay, so it's only half cell lower range than the Tesla coil. Range of vision and speed down. Light tank health increase. That is big. Hence why we saw them. Remove the husk. That's also going to help them with crushing. But I don't know if it makes sense because every other light vehicle in the game, every other heavily armored vehicle in the game has their has husks plus the MCV. Medium tank increased health. Ooh, that's dangerous. Longbow increased burst and reload delays. That's also cool. Yeah, that is smart. All right. A massive tank force out here. Can he brute force this? May be able to, let's see. Deciding not to pursue it. Losing a couple tanks for it as well. No one has taken the SAM site. Oh no. There's a massive army out for both players and he's gonna run headfirst into field defenses, so Mood's definitely gonna waste a little bit of that army if he pursues that avenue further. This would be the time to take, but it appears to me like that both players are just hell-bent on getting the bigger tank army out thus far. Radar Dome is now out for Upps in 10 seconds, so that is gonna swing things in his favor. Come on, capture the SAM site, you know you wanna do it. Ooh, mechanics are being added by Upps as well. Really good call. Just means he's gonna have access to husk recovery. Salvage operations doctrine unlocked. Oh, those riflemen have paid off. They've died in the line of duty, but gave away the entire army move out, so definitely worth it, I'd say. Other than that, this map doesn't have too many resources. Let's check how many resource nodes we've got here. Double expansion here. 2 expansions here on the sides. Ooh, even with a smaller army, that's a pretty good engagement thus far for moods, but definitely can't push into the turret. No, not the mechanics! Don't feed your infantry in like this. Oh, so expensive. Artillery online though. That is gonna be a big swing. Can he connect with force fire? Yeah. Somewhat. Moderately effective thus far. Oops, sorry. That was a misclick. Move command here still. Okay, mass artillery. It's 3 artilleries out. That's usually where I draw the line. Moods is already mammoth tanks and MiGs. I mean, MiGs are amazing until tier 3 for allies shows up, until the radar jammer. That is the only known counter to MiGs. Flak cannons obviously, but they are of limited range, so you can play around them. Very nice cleanup crew here. But in comes the mammoth, in comes the MiG. Yeah, the MiG is going to be super effective for a while. Oh, friendly fire! Oof. Please make it stop. No! That is a great time to use MiGs. What a value proposition there. Really like the early tier 3 tech for moods. Yeah, that is a great call. Iron Curtain is also ready, so there's definitely the need for Upps to go up to tier 3 himself. Otherwise he's gonna find himself vastly outmatched, and the first Iron Curtain is always gonna hit hard. You know it's gonna come. You've seen the MiGs. You know this is definitely a possibility, or an inevitability rather, because yeah, what Soviet player would forego the best tech in the game? MiGs are going out hunting again. This is just so efficient. They can pick off tanks, pick off straggler artilleries, just scout in general. Trying to go for a harvester hunt, that's also cool. Wow, the damage is so massive. I forgot how good MiGs are. Seriously, MiGs are some of the best units in the game. Look at that, that's ridiculous. 2 passes, 2 harvesters down. Pop. That is gonna start whittling away at the econ. Ooh, and the Tusk missiles from the mammoths are gonna make minced meat out of the infantry. So he's just losing value on all fronts. Nice push out here for Moods, whose Iron Curtain should not be that far from coming up. Let's see support powers. I didn't have those hotkeys. Yeah, 1 minute. Pretty solid. Ooh, that's a bit too deep maybe. You don't want to go like full Monty here. Alright. Retains the mammoth, that's always... He needs to stop this push though, that's quite dedicated, and yeah, especially singling out the artilleries would be the right call. 4 MiGs! Are you for real? GPS timer has been started though, and there's gonna be a base push situation for Upps as well. Ooh. It's gonna be spicy, the Iron Curtain is gonna be under duress in just a minute. Okay, he's going for harvester hunting. At that point in the game I would honestly rather defend. Don't fly too close to the AA gun. We've heard... Yeah, that's another artillery going down. No problem. No big deal here. The siege has started. Base push situation is in. But the mammoth tanks... Oh, I honestly don't like the Iron Curtain here. Upps can just retreat from that, yeah. As he's doing right now. There was never any real threat to this army. Like, this is the real threat. You stand to lose your entire army, and there's also a lot of Hinds, or Black Hawks, waiting in ambush. Yeah, not the most efficient use here of the Iron Curtain from Moods. Needs to focus down the turret. Yeah, there we go. Tanya going to town in the backlines. Oh no. There is no Yak to stop her. I mean, that's gonna be just mammoths being force-fed into... Oh, parabombs though! Oh, this is gonna be juicy. My lord. Oh! Routing the entire army. Are you kidding me? That was an absolute slaughter. Ukraine delivers. Tanya is still alive though. Jeez. Veteran C2. Kicking racks. Killing MCVs. That was very successful. Yeah, you probably don't want to throw those onto Tanya, would you? Wait, she's a move command. Oh, rip. Just like that. The parabombs to turn the entire game around. Holy macaroni. That was something else. Some of the best parabombing value propositions I've seen in a long time. So tier 3 is still up. There is a point where it's too many MiGs, by the way. This is 6 MiGs. This is too many MiGs. And I say that as probably the player who has built the most collective MiGs throughout the entire RHL seasons combined. Yeah, but I mean 6, that's enough to bust through any Conyard and whatnot. He's still going harvester hunting, interesting. That is overkill. That is not even good value anymore. At that point you just lose DPS by doing that. But it is so efficient. Oh. Can just snipe harvesters left, right and center. How many harvesters are we on? 3? Yeah, that number ain't going higher, huh? That's just 3 harvesters. Yikes. That is brutal. Okay, this MCV absolutely does a U-turn. No, survives. What a swifty U-turn. There's a couple tanks in the backlines. That's gonna kill the service depot. And in turn gonna take care of the tank production capabilities. So no more mammoths. Ha, where's your double service depot now, Mr. Moods? Yeah, you should definitely commit to that. Thank you, good sir. Mammoth production stifled, and they can definitely 3v1 a mammoth. Nice kiting though. Really nice mammoth play from Upps. Gotta admit it there. Ooh, the tech center is exposed. This is a base that is just begging to be pushed down. Oh, no stop command. Radar jammers are out. That's pretty good. That means that mammoth tank missiles are effectively neutered, as evidenced here. So no more reliable anti-air, should focus on the turret instead. Spies for Upps as well, alright. Seeing some of the more specialized toys out of the Allied arsenal thus. Awesome. Can you steal the mammoth husk? Right under his nose. Are you kidding me? Radar jammer. Ooh, going down to friendly fire. Not before deflecting a last missile. Alright, spies. I like that. Very specialized army. Lots of spies, lots of mechanics. Very committed to the shenanigan plays is Upps here, and that's why I like his games. Oh my lord. Just neutralizing a base in 2 salvos. Yep. That's pretty much how it goes. No husks to recover either. And that's that. That's all she wrote. Upps has got 1 mammoth to his name. I think Moods just needs to wait for the parabomb timer. The all-seeing eye of Sauron. Sees what's up here. I mean, he can, if he wants to really make it sure that he wins, he could just wait out the 1 minute, but that's fine too. You can just push in and end the game here. That's cool, that's cool. So yeah, this is the 1-1. We're gonna have ourselves a minigame tiebreaker. Buckle up, buckaroos. It's about to get wild.
Battle control terminated. Battle control initialized.
So, welcome to the minigame. And it is titled Naval WoW. Buckle up. That's exactly what we're gonna get here. Oh no. Oh no. Admiral Mo would be proud. Admiral Mo, set sail for despair. Oh no. Are we actually doing this? Right? So this, I guess, is like an Omni sub-pen because it has the Allied logo. So I guess you're just allowed to build any naval units. If I were to wager an educated guess, can you build regular units? Apparently you can. So you don't even have an MCV, you have an FCOM instead. So no way of relocating. And that's gonna be playing 52 pickup with lots and lots of Will Derricks. Interesting concept. Problem is that it's so finicky. We might be here for a while. So grab yourselves a nice jug of beer or a cup of coffee. Yeah, it's gonna take a while. First engineers out. What build order would you go for on a naval map? There is a reason for why this has fallen out of competitive favor. Gunboats are relatively decent for scouting early on, but submarines are the kingmaker. Submarines one-on-one beat pretty much every other unit. And destroyers are also super useful. Ah, you have to build... Okay, you have to build both. Wait, he sells it off? Huh. Only problem with submarines is their notoriously terrible target tracking. So, also you can play around cliffs. That messes up the submarine targeting royally. But other than that, especially against buildings, especially against naval yards and subpens, submarines just make swift work of that one. So this gunboat time, it's what time is it, sir? It's gunboat o'clock for Mr. Moods here. And there's actually something at stake here. This is not just for fun. This is legitimately... Naval units all have the problem that the targeting is terrible. The only unit that doesn't suffer from this is the destroyer. Oh, boxing it in here. Nice. That's a nice early kill. The destroyer with its tracking missiles is the only exception here. So that's why it would actually be desirable to go for... Oh, yes, Moods is having the right... Upps is having the right idea. It's already going for Raider Dome early on, and that's going to mean destroyers, and destroyers means you can hit and run better. Because missile tracking is far superior to those puny guns missing everything. Is there anything else that's special on this map? Just lots of Derricks, lots of FCOMs, so you can sort of get expansions, but the reason, like, why would you even want them? There is only one Derrick, just like on the other islands, and build space is maybe a thing, maybe for helipads, but when destroyers are an option, I would never go for mass helicopters. Destroyers are just too efficient at anti-air. And I doubt we're gonna see a cruiser. But I'm willing to not bet on that just yet. Oh! Tracking! Target tracking, please! Wow, that actually connected. That's sick. That missile did a full 360. Oh! Can those gunboats actually kill the engineer? No! They can't! Oh no. Will Derrick recaptured. Man, this is like SeaWorld. Now, what was the move with... Whoa! Upps going for the cheesy strats here. Distracting with the gunboat engagement. Losing the gunboat engagement, that's fair. Oh no. Is he gonna end it with a push like this? Oh my goodness! Oh, destroyer comes out. So that's gonna reset the tech if nothing else. So close to the FCOM going down. That would have been the end of it right there. Oh, wow. He actually gets it, the madman. Recapture from the engineers. He needs to sell it. Yep, sells it off right now. Really well played. Good reaction from Moods. Really nice idea from Upps. Bonus points for creativity. Transport is empty, so transports are actually good at soaking up damage if the opponent doesn't focus fire. They've got a lot more health than your regular gunboats. More than destroyers as far as I'm aware. Okay, 7 more engineers. Wouldn't it at that point be more efficient to just drop rockets and destroy buildings? I mean, it's not like your opponent can rebuild an MCV. There is no space for a war factory. Maybe there is here. But then, like, you need a war factory, you need a service depot. That is... squeezing that in here. It's gonna be a bit like Tetris. I guess that's why you need those FCOMs. Not sure though. Yeah, interesting. Upps is going for more naval yards, as is Moods. Naval yards still have the old production queue, right? So it's still only like 10% off the build speed. caps at... Oh my... No way. This is gonna get revealed though. Nice. Really nice idea here from Upps. Execution, thus far, questionable. Lots of gunboats out. Destroyers would be far superior, but a very low destroyer count. I wonder why that might be. It's definitely not the overinvestment into engineers, right? Right? Hello? Anyone? 20 engineers? Like, how many have we seen? Do we see more? Tier 3 would be a decent option. Namely, especially due to cruises, as long as your opponent doesn't have submarines, they're pretty efficient even against naval units when they're not moving. When their opponent has any slip of attention, it's just force fire into their unit cluster. Man, they just shred everything if they connect. Destroyers with the missile tracking, I mean, doesn't track forever. But doing a hefty chunk of damage here. Upps might be Moods might be outpositioned, but Upps is gearing up for a push onto the mainlands of Upps. Oh no, there's nothing here to defend right now. Upps has overinvested so hard into just capturing the map that he doesn't really get anything out of it. He's broke! What? Despite having 11 oil derricks, he's got nothing. Moods is comfortably floating because he's not investing into helicopters. Like, I really don't like the helicopter idea here. They just get shut down so hard on naval maps. Okay. Mission failed. You'll get him next time. Critical unit lost. Nice attempt, though. Very commendable from Upps. Ooh, there is an army lurking. He's still building more. Are you kidding me? He's trying to go for the meme points. But he's gonna reach his breaking point soon, is he? Committing to the radar dome. This is good evidence for why gunboats are not that good. Their DPS, even against stationary structures, ain't great. Destroyers are much more efficient. And wow, the destroyers from Upps are going to town here. Cleaning shop. And the entire army of Moods completely obliterated. Combat tab. Ooh. Moods has killed more? I guess it's all those Engis, huh? Alright. Yeah, why send one engineer when 4 can do the job just as efficiently? Good thing OpenRA units don't have upkeep. That would be a nightmare for Upps right now. What is this minigame? I can't even. And Upps can't Navy because he's building Blackhawks. Come on. Can maybe try and go for a swift strike onto the FCOM, but man, so many naval yards out for Moods. That's the right idea, just overwhelm with mass. Oh, mechanic. Alright. Interesting choice. Too bad the Chinook can't crush. Like crush landing instead of crash landing, that would be something. Oh, he's trying to tank. Wait, that's empty though. Oh, he's trying to destroy the FCOM. That is smart. He's actually... That is brilliant! Wait! He's almost single-handedly destroyed the entire production capabilities here for Moods. Just needs to hold. There are so many destroyers though. As long as they are being occupied with the oil derricks, it's fine, but there's gonna be some real engagement starting soon. What is this madness? Okay, I'm starting to enjoy this now. It started out wacky, but I'm starting to see it here. Starting to feel it. Moods is committing much of his DPS onto those oil derricks, so Moods has taken out the economy, and meanwhile, Upps has focused on production capabilities, which is probably a smart move on a map where you can't repopulate or rebuild an MCV. Forces you to change your playstyle up a lot. Ooh, but the destroyer numbers are dwindling. Uh-oh. It's usually always in favor of the retreating player, because the missiles time out, whereas the attacking player runs straight into the destroyer missiles of the retreating player. It's a DPS arms race here. And thus far, it seems like Moods is in a good position. He also still has lots of reinforcements streaming in, and Upps is going for That is probably not the right time to go for captures again. He's trying, I get it, but I don't think he's gonna win the meme wars that way. Let's put it that way. He should sell off the Radadome now. It is very exposed. Gunboats against destroyers is tough, but it is still better than the alternative. Okay, he's found the last bastion. Okay, that's an anti-air gun rip. He locked down the advanced power plant. He needs to lock that down, otherwise... Nah, that's not gonna finish. Oh no. Oh no. Disaster strikes for Moods here. For Upps here. And the defending forces are coming in. Circles around on the last destroyers of Upps. It's not looking good. It is not looking good for Upps, I repeat. He is being outswarmed. He captured the anti-air gun, so there's that. But the army value is gonna speak for itself. Whoa, that is a steep decline. That is a starker decline than that in Rudy Giuliani's sanity during that press conference. That is just a yikes from me. Alright, some good veterancy on the destroyers as well, and probably gonna close the sack in just a second. Yeah, Blackhawks, as to be expected. The crash landing was nice onto the main island, but there was still protection at the end of the day. Yeah, here you can see the defender's advantage for naval battles. Tracking missiles on a target on chase don't always hit, but that's the last units, and Blackhawks can do nothing but sit by idly and crash land and burn. No turn and burn here, and GG. Not the right approach for this map. Very enjoyable. That was insanity. Alright, who is ready for some more? I am going to cast pretty much all the good matchups I find here in the Duck Tournament replay folder, because that is hilarious and you never know what you're gonna get for Game 3. So, thank you guys and girls for watching. I was highly entertaining. Congrats to Moods for advancing into the brackets, into the upper brackets here. And we're going to be back, Tech Center as well, we're going to be back next week with more of the Dark Tournament. I hope you like it just as much as I do. Thanks for watching, I'll see you next time. 5 Aces,
Battle
out.
control terminated.